As you did last year, you hosted the Charlie Stubbs show. Actually, I think y'all do that on the same day as Saints on the Bayou. And he did a terrific job last year. No doubt about it. Winning 4 games, a lot of people who...
Man, he squeezed all the vitamin C he could out of that orange.
Your thoughts on Nicholls State football?
I think the big difference you'll see this year is size up front offensively. And we talked about it before. Jared Hernandez at the left tackle. Mike Billingsley moves from defensive line to right tackle. And bringing in Ryan Zeller, who was a Louisiana Tech recruit, and now he's a big man. He's 6'5", 310 pounds. They got a lot of beef up front. And certainly last year, it was Jesse Turner. Tremendous season. They think a lot of him, going to bring him back. I'll tell you, I got to watch, I think, who shared time with Jesse is Marcus Washington. And then talking to Coach in the offseason, he was really impressed at what he did. He brings some power to the backfield. They got to find the trigger man. And I think LaQuinton is going to be the guy that they start off with. But it'll be interesting to see who wins the battle to be the guy that will trade off with LaQuinton Caston. Is it going to be Bo Hebert or Landry Klon?
Very good. We were very fortunate, Mike. Last night we have Chris, who's all over the place, getting.
Chris could get overtime for all that stuff.
Chris will go to the Saints, he'll go to Nicholls, and he'll hit every high school on a given day. You folks out there, the high school coaches, know this too, and they appreciate Chris a whole lot. Chris got out to Nicholls' first practice last night, which was a night practice, very smart, and he talked to Charlie Stubbs just a little bit. Let's hear what Coach Chubb had to say about his team last night.
Well, first of all, on Wednesday, August 3rd, we had 95 young men report. We're super excited about that. We had a lot to do, a lot of meetings, a lot of physicals, a lot of issuing equipment. Many of them have been here predominantly all summer long. So again, the transition was so much smoother than it was last year for us. Right now, again, we're excited to, our practice schedule. We begin our first practice today, August 4th, and we have 27 practices prior to our first game is what I have planned before we play Evangel. So we've got a lot of work to do, and we're excited about it. We'll have a lot of meetings, of course. A lot of the kids, especially the young kids just starting their college careers, are going to find out real quick how mental this game is. Sure, we do the physical work, but just understanding and understanding all the nuances, all the little things offensively, defensively, and with our special forces. So I'm excited about that. One thing I'm really excited about is see the young men that we just recruited, seeing them really get in and compete and see if they can help our team this year. We have a lot of guys returning with experience. We have 10 starters back on offense, defense. We have 10, and then also some specialists. But again, that just means we have very good experience back. But again, they're going to have to compete like anything to retain their so-called starting positions. But I'm excited about that because last year this time I had very few starters or very few people with experience. I really believe this year too, I have leaders. I have leaders about in every position, so I really expect our practices to be real smooth because there's young men that can get up front in a particular drill and really show the young guys how it's supposed to be done, hopefully with great work ethic and a great attitude. What we'll do is we have we don't practice on Sundays. We'll do just some brief meetings because, again, we got them all in fall camp. And but really, the first 5 days are just single-day practices. We'll have some walkthroughs and meetings, of course, but just single practices. There's a transition you have to do. We have first two practices of being just jerseys and helmets and go from there. Then we'll put the shoulder pads on for 2 more, and then we can get going with some full pads. This year, the way the schedule works out with school starting August 17th, we'll just have 3 two-a-day practices. So that's the way it's been evolving, over the past few years. The biggest thing, we'll have 9 practices prior to our first scrimmage. And our first scrimmage will be, I think the date is exactly August 13th, which is a Saturday. That's when we're going to scrimmage in the morning. And again, I'm excited about having a few scrimmages just so that I can see what these young men are going to do with people in the stands. So I invite everybody to come out and watch them practice, watch them run around and make some plays because, again, that is another measuring tool for these young men.
Take a commercial break. We're going to come back. We're going to look at the Nicholls State schedule, have Mike kind of go through that and analyze it just a little bit. We'll also look at LSU's schedule. We'll do that when we get back from this timeout.